Hello everybody. This is our first in the series for this year, getting ready to go back up north in a couple of weeks. Very excited. It's been about 4 months that we've been down here for the winter. So we're getting our gear ready, including what goes in our emergency bag. This is what we always take with us when we hike, particularly if we're in unfamiliar surroundings. This is, if you get lost, what are you going to do? If you get stuck out overnight, what can you do? There's a lot of wilderness up there, and even on our own land, it's a good idea if we're not really careful about where we are to have this with us. So all of this stuff goes in this handy bag, and we leave it in there. We don't use it except for bringing it with us when we hike. So first of all, we'll talk about this. It's called a personal locator beacon, PLB. You can buy these things, and it ties into GPS, and this is if you're in a dire emergency, like you're dying, or I mean, basically you're gonna die if they don't come get you. So that's when you set this thing off. They'll send a helicopter, they'll send entire rescue squads, they'll send everybody to come get you when these things go off. So you don't set it off if you don't need it, if you're not about to die, because they'll charge you for it. I've read about people being charged like $20,000 because they set this thing off when they didn't need to. So that's like the last thing that you do. Meanwhile, to stay alive, as apparently Daniel Boone said this thing one time where he was a great frontiersman and he was out in the wilderness all the time, and somebody asked him one time, have you ever been lost? He said, no, I've never been lost, but I was confused for 3 days once. So if we're confused for a while, this will keep us alive in the meantime. So you want to be able to start a fire. So first of all, the easiest way is we've got matches, strike anywhere, and we've got them all wrapped up in plastic to keep them dry. We've got candles. If you're trying to start a fire, it can be pretty hard to start it with one match. But if you take a match and you light a candle, that candle will keep going for a good long time while you hold it under the stuff you're trying to light. And if this fails, we've got a flinted steel. So we can use this to start a fire too. We've also got a noisemaker. If somebody's searching for us, we can make noise to help them to locate us. Hand and foot warmers to help us keep warm. It does get pretty chilly at night. We've got an emergency kit that's got a number of things in it, like a very small, one of those sort of foil blankets that helps to keep the heat in. Lists on the back, a number of other things, water purification tablets. We've got a first aid kit. Got the normal things you would expect in there. We've got a pair of flashlights so we can see at night, 2 of them, which we check at the beginning of the season. Are the batteries good? Actually put in new batteries. We've got 2 pairs of work gloves, because just like if we're out there hiking, then all of a sudden we're going to be out there overnight, we're going to have to be breaking sticks up for wood or making things or whatever. We don't want to tear up our hands. And of course we've got a compass, a very good compass. And of course, before you go out into the wilderness, especially someplace you're not familiar with, or especially off trails, you really want to know how to read a compass. You really want to know the area that you're in and what's around you and what direction you should go if you get completely lost and you want to try to get to, find yourself out to a road or something like that. So that's what you need the compass for. I have a note here, because I don't want to forget to do this, that I want to add a small tarp to this. If you're out, say, overnight, if you can keep warm, you're going to be okay, especially you get a fire going, you're going to be all right. Unless if it's raining. What if it gets really cold, it starts raining, or it starts snowing? You get exposure a lot more quickly if you get wet. So a small tarp and some cords to tie it with, at least to provide enough shelter to keep you dry. So that's our emergency kit. It all goes in this bag. Bag goes on my back whenever we hike, and hopefully we won't be confused for 3 days. All right, take care.